taxation in Nigeria. It's been very challenging for us. My business, I started it in 2001 in my house, and in 2005 I got it fully incorporated. I got my angel investors in, I got an office. By 2010, there was full corporate governance in my business already. So we're paying tax, payee, we had staff, we had everything. But one of the things I noticed was that every year we had a new type of tax coming in. It's coming in from the local government, or it's coming in from the federal government, or one ministry. They just come to the office, they come with a letterhead and they say, this is the new levy we're going to pay. And it didn't make sense, and because there was actually nowhere in Nigeria that could get a full list of what my business was supposed to pay every year, so that I could include it in my budget. Because every year at the end of the last quarter of the year, we will have our projections for the following year. And there was nowhere for us to actually project on what our tax was. The other issue we need to address is multiple taxation. Multiple in terms of the levels, the local government, the state government, the departments. There is no harmony. The bus owners in Lagos, for example, you get your local government license every year. Like I said, we were doing almost 11 stickers. You'll be doing stickers that have Kebbi State on it. You are local, you are not traveling with your bus, yet you have Kebbi State sticker on your bus, Niger State sticker on your bus, 11 stickers, and you put them all on your bus. What are you using that for? What all that money for? It's just a way of IGR. Why do we need to have a dustbin every year? Show that your boss has a dustbin, full stop. But because you want to generate income from the person that is manufacturing that dustbin, you have now mandated us to buy dustbin every single year. We can't do that. Then you have different ministries. Hygiene, they will come with a letter, because I'm in the food sector. So there's a letter that will say you need food safety certification, you need hygiene, health and safety, you need training, you need this. Ministry of Environment will come with that. Then another ministry will also come with that. Local government will also come with that one. Almost everything on that list will be duplicated in another ministry or another local government. How many people am I going to pay for? I have my own trainers that come to train, and yet you want me to pay your own trainers in your ministry to come and train me for food safety or for health. Why? We have our own fumigating companies, yet it's mandatory that we use your own fumigating companies. Why should I use your own fumigating company? They don't want you to be compliant. So when you're driving on the road and they stop the bus and they find out that you have all the taxes, you have all the stickers on the bus, they'll come up with something new. 3 months ago, we just started this new tax, agricultural something, environmental something. Something just comes up, and it was a burden every year. Every year they'll come up. Then again, of course, we were not making profit initially. And as a tech company, they saw that as a profit thing for them. So they'll come into the office, they'll look at your turnover, and they just give you best of judgment. So even when we have filed, we have audited our accounts, we have done everything, they'll come and they say they don't believe you, that you have made so much turnover and you cannot pay tax. The question is, we are fully audited, you've come to check our books, and you're now telling me that because of my turnover, I have to still pay you tax, apart from the minimum tax. So you come up with a best of judgment. What do you mean by that? So you just wake up and you just put in a figure and you say, we have to go and pay it. And this keeps happening every year. I can remember there was a year that they said my salary had not changed for about 2-3 years, and that I'm supposed to have a higher salary, I'm supposed to have a PA, I'm supposed to have house staff and so many other things. I'm like, what does that mean? You are working for government, they change your salary, they increase your salary every year. I'm a private sector. Have you noticed that many companies have closed down? And they said, no, you can't be earning this salary, you can't be, we had to go over and over and fight them. And I had to tell them, I've given you my bank statement. You can see my payments in. I've given you my payee. I've given you my pension, everything that I pay. You have seen the records and you're still saying no, that there's one hidden money somewhere. So they actually are not interested in keeping businesses. It's as if they just want you to fail. As far as I'm concerned, they are meant to help us, especially those of us that go out of our way to pay tax, pay our payee every month, remit payee every month, remit VAT, do pension, do all those things, and we have our records. They are supposed to be the ones to come and say, how can we help you? How can we help your business? That was what we were expecting. Every year, for as long as my business has opened, they come, sometimes they come maybe in about 2 or 3 years, they say they want to do a 5-year audit. They'll do the 5-year audit, it's stories. They'll come, you give them lunch, you give them drinks, you give them transportation and all those kind of things. And you know, it's very crazy. I remember one year they said all this entertainment and PR that we wrote in our audit, that we're not supposed to put entertainment and PR. And I said, if you come to the office and I entertain you, that is entertainment. If I buy you lunch, I'm going to put it in entertainment. If I have a visitor in my office and I buy you visitor food, that is entertainment. If I give you something for coming, like goodbye, that is PR. I have to put it in my books because I have a board of directors. I need to tell them how I'm spending their money. And they said, no, we cannot put that. Why should I put that in my audited report? I have to find a way to put it. I said, I'm not going to find any other way to put it. PR is me giving you money when you come for transportation. If I buy you lunch when you come, that is entertainment. My directors have to know how I spend their money. My business ended in August, and that is almost officially 18 years, unofficially 22 years of business. I'm not going to blame the tax office for my business closing, but they're going to take a big chunk of it. There's so many reasons why we closed down, operating expenses and so many other things, but I'm going to give them a big chunk of that. Over the years, I'm going to give them a big chunk of that, and I'm hoping that they're going to do better. I'm hoping that this expose would give them the information they need, because I know that when we closed, I spoke to some people on the board of the new tax committee, and I told them that, look, these are the things they should do so that other people will not be affected, people will not be frustrated running their business in Nigeria, because it's very important that we all pay tax, and it's very important that we all not avoid tax. But if they are transparent, if they make it easier for everybody, we will all pay the tax, because we can see things that are being done, but we are being frustrated in many ways. Very quickly, what I can say that the government can do better is transparency. There has to be a place, a source, online or in every local government somewhere, that every year business owners will know the tax that they need to pay. The hairdresser will know all the taxes, local government taxes they need to pay. The mechanic, the business owner, depending on the sector and depending on the state and the local government, we need to know the tax. You can't just wake up one day on the road. Someone will stop you and say, oh, this is the new tax that was introduced 3 months ago. Or they'll come to your door and knock on the door and say, this is a new tax. Because you have almost every ministry coming and they are duplicating the staff that you're paying. All of them want you to pay. I have a training budget that we train my staff every year. They still want me to use their own training personnel. Even when I have trained my staff, I have a certificate for the training, they still want me to use. So that gives me the idea that they want to do IGR. They are not after my staff getting trained, they're just after their own people getting paid for that training. They need to be very transparent. If your tax is closing down businesses, then there's a problem. If their mindset is to go to a business, to overtax them in such a way that they cannot even run businesses, they are closing their door. You are not even giving them enough notice. They are not telling them, like when I was talking about the television that they said that I must pay for, and there's no television in my office. But because you want money, you are just coming and telling me that I have to pay that money. It just shows that you are not after me opening my doors. You just want money. And that shouldn't be, and that is really very sad, that you just want money. If a company is making a loss, your job is to find out why and what can the government do, especially if it has to be the environment or the laws. What can the government do to give us an enabling environment? When you're talking of ease of doing business, we talked of ease of business for so long, we forget that it's the existing businesses that we should be looking at.